Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every seam. It's the bigger love of the family.
Welcome into oh, goodness, episode 41 of season 7 of Chief Talk here. Hopefully you are doing well. Hopefully you've had a good week since last week. Hopefully you've smoked a lot of good cigars, drank a lot of good drinks, had a lot of good fun and happy times. I see YouTube's messing around with the comment name, so hopefully I'll be able to figure out who's who. Michael Zakovec, welcome into the show. Baby Poodle, welcome into the show. Bob Ellis, J. Bates, Cigar Pop, what's going on? Cigar Smoking Arborist, welcome into the show. Let's see. I think that's everybody's name so far. Gary Zanstra, welcome into the show. How are you doing? Chi-Town Cigar Podcast. They just had on the True State DJ Eli. I got to watch the playback. I did not get to watch it live, but I got to watch the playback the other day and really enjoyed getting to sit and listen to DJ Eli talk about the ones and twos. You know what I'm talking about. It's Matt Brugger. He's the cigar smoking arborist. Well, Matt Brugger, welcome to the show. Hopefully you're doing well. Let me get over here. The first lady messed up everything on the stream. And so everything's not exactly how it was when I left it last week. So before I go any farther, if you're over on YouTube, do hit that like button. If you're not currently subscribed, do subscribe to the Bob the Cigar Guy YouTube channel so that you're not missing out on Chief Talk or any Bob the Cigar Guy fun. And if you're over on Facebook right now, do hit the like, follow, and share this to your favorite cigar group so that they can come and hang out and participate with us every Thursday night when we're not on vacation or traveling for the holidays or whatever it be. Speaking of traveling for the holidays, we will not have Chief Talk next week. I know you all were prepared for me to say that, but I just wanted to remind you guys there will not be Chief Talk next week. because of Thanksgiving and the holidays that we have coming up. So, for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving next week. Happy Turkey Day or Ham Day or whatever you choose to eat. I want to know if you don't eat regular food on Thanksgiving. I want to know what you eat. I did not decide to do a Thanksgiving Day bracket this year because we did a Thanksgiving bracket last year, and I didn't want you guys to come to the same conclusion that canned cranberry juice is disgusting, or cranberry sauce, or whatever you call that abomination. All right, let me come over here, do one of these, and pop my big face back just a little bit. It is just me this evening for Chief Talk. It is you and I, all of you out there in Radio Land, and me. So we don't. Why is my name not popping up? My name's supposed to pop up. The first lady did something. I don't know. Hopefully you all are having a great time. And you guys are all preparing, and gals are preparing for a fantastic, where'd my cigar go? There it is. A fantastic holiday season. This kind of I know the holiday season kind of sort of kicks off with Halloween, but it really kicks off with Thanksgiving. You know, it's as soon as Thanksgiving's over, you know, the Christmas time is like a Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, Christmas shopping, Christmas music on the radio. All of the Hallmark Christmas movies are moving from just the Hallmark channel, ABC and CBS and all the others, Freeform and whatnot, are starting to get the Christmas movies on there as well. People start, you know, pulling out the old VHS tapes to watch the Polar Express or whatnot. So hopefully you guys are getting ready for that. If you're cooking something like super awesome for Thanksgiving, I'd love to hear about that. But yeah, it is just me this evening. So, Baby Poodle says irregular food. What irregular food are you going to be cooking? Michael Zakvik says DJ Eli was sharing his love for the Bob the Cigar Guy family. He had nothing but great things to say about all of you, and we love Eli. I call him my big brother. He calls me little bro. We text all the time. Love him to death. Love Eli. Mitsunari, which is Jay Bates, says turkey and cranberry sauce. Boo. I mean, the turkey's great. The cranberry sauce is an abomination. But we all collectively pretty much agree on that as a fact here at the Chief Talk family here. Also, before I go any farther, Chief Talk is presented by Drew Estate Cigar and Naturist Cigar, making sure that we remember to give the proper love to our show sponsors, making sure that Chief Talk happens every single Thursday when available. So big shout outs to them. Also, if you want to keep in the know with the cigar culture, join ChevetteReport.com. Put your email in there so that you never miss an update when something goes out on ChevetteReport.com. I got like 4 things I was supposed to put on Chevette Report today, but I got behind in a lot of things getting prepared for next week. So there will be messages going out again on Chevette Report. You know, this past couple weeks have been pretty busy. Bob Ellis says, but I need Chief Talk after spending all day with my extended family. I know. I will actually be driving back from traveling for Thanksgiving next Thursday night. So I wouldn't even have the capacity to run a Chief Talk. Now, Bob the Cigar Guy will be here, most likely, but I will not be. I will be traveling back from where I do my Thanksgiving when I travel with my wife's family. Cigar Pop says, I just shared to Cigar Pop Nation, my man, doing a turkey in the smoker for Thanksgiving. Forecast is a high of 29. Woohoo! Good night. Yeah, I'm not cooking a turkey for Thanksgiving this year. I do believe I'm participating in the cooking of some Thanksgiving stuff when we travel for the first time. Usually when we're here and we stay local, I do cook. I smoke a turkey, and I'll also cook some other stuff as well. So we, I am going to be in a turkey. It's not a turkey smoking competition, even though we're both smoking turkeys. My boss and I are going to be in a turkey off for our holiday Christmas party at the lounge. So looking forward to that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Michael Zagovic says the polar vortex. There's Miss Diana. Hello, all. Sorry we're late. Welcome in the show. Glad to have you. Sammy Flo says, good evening, everyone. Michael Zakovic's asking the question before I can get to it. What are you smoking and drinking? So I am actually going to be lighting up the Tatuaje Boris. This is this year's Boris. What is it? Karloff. The Boris from Tatuaje. I was gifted one of these the other day by a good friend at the lounge. Fred, thank you for the cigar. Excited to smoke this thing. Cigar Pop says cranberry sauce in the shape of a can. Good, whatever. Get away, demon. Bob Ellis is smoking a Wise Man Maduro cigar. Smoking arborist. Matt Berger says, what's everyone smoking tonight? What's everyone drinking, too? I want to know. Jelly cranberry sauce is disgusting. Michael Zakovic has got a Herrera Esteli Miami and a Dr. Pepper Zero. That's what I'm talking about. That sounds like a great combination. We'll get on this. Get on this Boris by Tatuaje. I've been trying to broaden my palate here in the past couple weeks. And I've smoked a small handful of Tatuaje. This will be the 5th Tatuaje I've smoked since last Tuesday. So, no, 2 Tuesdays ago. No, it was last Tuesday. Yeah, last Wednesday. So just over a week, and I've had 5 different Tatuaje. So trying to expand the palate just a little bit. Chi-Town Cigars smoking a Romeo y Julieta 150th. Ooh. Tim Winters has got the Filthy Viking in an iced tea. Matt Parker's got the blackened M81 in Lancero. Mac Berkson says, sorry, I'm missing the show. Potatoes game tonight. They are currently 3-0. Congratulations to the Spuds. Fireborn, woohoo! Evening, folks. Welcome into the show. Hopefully you're doing well. Bob Ellis is drinking some Hutuo. Mike Pfeiffer, welcome into the show. Jay Bates has got good old Coca-Cola. Apparently Fireborn is having some toilet issues. Ooh. There's some Sammy Flo love over on the Facebook action. Fireborn says jelly cranberries are the only cranberries. Changed my mind. It's like an abomination. So we're just gonna leave that there. Nobody can stop the Spudge. That's right. All right. So big thanks to Mike Pfeiffer, Mac Burks, and Ronnie Newman, and Ron Maggio for hitting the like button on Facebook, and Jay Bates for hitting the love button over on Facebook. Appreciate you guys all sharing the love over there. And for all of you who are on YouTube, I'm sure you have done your due diligence to make sure that the love is being shown and felt over on the tubes. I just can't see those numbers, unfortunately. So now we're coming into the holidays. Titled the show Cigars for the Holidays. And then in the description I put in there, like, you know, do you buy any cigars specifically for the holidays? Do you buy cigars to smoke with buddies or family during the holidays? What does your cigar smoking holiday take look like? So for me this year, smoking cigars for the holidays is kind of for this year kind of probably not going to happen for Thanksgiving. I probably won't take any cigars with me. I might stop in a cigar shop. I don't know. They should be open. I'll be down there Wednesday, so I might try to slip away to go to my boys down at Low Country Pipe and Cigar and check in on some of their selection and see some cigars while I'm down there. Also drop in to give them my love. But day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, you boys got to work. I got to work Black Friday, so this will be fun. I'm sure I don't think we're having like any like steals or deals for Black Friday. I need to talk to my boss about that because I don't think he's going to be back next Friday. I think he's going to be on vacation. Ron Smith's got Wild Turkey 101 High Rye. Ooh, getting a little slippy over there. But I do plan on smoking a lot of cigars for Black Friday because I'm going to be working. Actually, I plan on smoking a lot of cigars, but if Black Friday is really busy, when it's busy, I usually don't end up smoking a lot of cigars because I'm having to go back and forth helping people, checking people out, making drinks, helping in the humidor, whatever. And I usually neglect the amount of cigars that I smoke. So we do have more reactions. Ronald Smith with the love over on Facebook. Dan Burns, Keith Johnson, Michael Zakovic. Thank you for hitting the like button over on Facebook. You guys are awesome. And Legends, the like. Let's see. Chattown says, we usually fry our turkey, which gives me an excuse to stand outside and make sure it doesn't boil over while smoking a cigar. Now that is 3D chess, my friend. Bob Ellis says, we always hike on Black Friday. Opt outside. That's an REI thing. So I mean, normally for Black Friday, I'll go do some Black Friday shopping. The wife will stay at home with the kids and get some well deserved respite. But this year, I gotta work. So I'd love to get outside. I'd love to go hiking. Speaking of opting outside, I went camping last weekend. Fantastic time. It was really fun. Got to take my 8-year-old camping for the first time, and he loved it. He actually, when I had to wake him up on Saturday morning from his tent, and he was like, "Dad, it was the best sleep I've ever had in my life." I doubt it, but he enjoyed it. We had a good time. I got to buy some new camping stuff that I've been wanting to buy for a while, and I had an excuse to do it because I took my 8-year-old son, and I didn't want him to be cold, so I got to buy some stuff that my wife would be like, normally, maybe not, because you don't camp enough. But her poor little baby, I had to take care of him, so I had to make sure that I had the stuff to boil water extremely fast. I got a jet boil for those who are concerned. I don't know if I said it, but your boys got the Dr. Pepper this evening. I do need to talk to Bob Cigar Guy about getting some Dr. Pepper Zeros in here. I've really enjoyed the Dr. Pepper Zeros a lot. So anyways, talking about Thanksgiving cigars, probably won't be smoking anything on Thanksgiving itself. There's a chance I might take a couple cigars with me and a cutter and a lighter just because I'm that guy. And I might try to get down the day before Thanksgiving, because I think we're going to try to drive down on Tuesday evening, if not Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning. So if I can get down to Low Country Pipe and Cigar, I'm going to try to pick up some stuff that we don't have at the shop and continue to grow my palate a little bit. And there's 20 people. Even without Bob the Cigar Guy, guys, we did it. So I have smoked some really cool stuff here in the last couple weeks. Again, like I said, I've smoked a handful of Tatawahe in the last week. And Tatawahe is not a brand that I normally go after, not a brand that I kind of migrate to, but we have some people in the lounge who smoke some Tatawahe. So I was like, you know what? Let me pop over to another lounge in town who does carry the whole well, probably not the whole line, but a lot of Tatawahe. And let me see what I'm missing out on. So I ended up getting some Tatawahe. And the one that I've enjoyed the most so far was a Tattoo Miami. That it's a Perfecto cigar, pretty darn good. I think it's an Exclusivo or something like that. It's got a weird name to it, but it was pretty dang good. I really enjoyed it. Other cigars that I've smoked in the past that so far this Boris is really nice. It's kind of bready. It's a very light draw though, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Bob Ellis says, I like Tatawahe, but hate the bands. Hard to remember what they are. That's the one thing that I really struggle with too with Tatawahe is remembering which cigars I've smoked because the bands are kind of all the same. I had to do a reverse image search on Google and I still didn't get my answer because it was like, this could be 4 different cigars. So it kind of sucks in that regard. I don't know what the idea is behind that. Sammy Flo says, where's Pretty Boy Bob? Does Bob cook for Turkey Day? Bob is sleeping. He was super tired. I got to see him when I first popped out here today. He had to get some stuff done on his computer, and then he went back inside, and he texted me. He's like, have a good show. I'm going to bed. So like, see ya. And then 2, does Bob cook for Turkey Day? No, Bob does not cook very often at all. Bob is of the mindset that he is in the way in the kitchen when it comes to Thanksgiving. So he stays out of the war zone, which for me, I do a lot of, or when I bring food, when we do Thanksgiving here, which we change intermittently. When we do Thanksgiving here in the upstate, I will cook a lot of food before coming over to my parents' house where we have Thanksgiving. I'll smoke a turkey at my house overnight, and then I'll make all the other food. I usually end up making a pan of mac and cheese, a pan of stuffing, green bean casserole, a couple other things, rolls and whatnot. And I'll bring them over so that I don't have to worry about being in and out of the kitchen with my wife, my sister, and my mother. Just makes it a lot easier for me when I can come over here and I can smoke cigars. Baby Poodle has got an Adventura Blue-Eyed Jack's Revenge. Nice. Bob Ellis says, I really like the one with the black band. No idea what it was. Then Baby Poodle has got a coffee. Yeah, I smoked one of their exclusivos. I think that's what it was called. I need to get the picture. I wanted messages because I was talking with my residential Tatawahe fan. So the Tatawahe Reserva. But again, you never know which one's which. So I smoked this one, this Tatawahe Reserva. Really good cigar. Actually really enjoyed it. I just don't know which one it is. So I'm gonna have to go back to the cigar shop and be like, hey, what was this? Because I think that very well could make my my top list for this year. And then when I was talking about the Tatawahe Tattoo Miami 10, this is the one that it was. So it's like that Perfecto. It was like a Corona Doble, not a Doble. So I guess Corona, longer than a, not exactly a Toro, but longer than a Robusto, and about a 48 to 50 ring gauge. But that was really good. I enjoyed that one a lot. Excuse me. Cigar Pop says, before having both knees replaced, I typically smoked a fried a turkey every year. This year will be the oven because it's too hard to climb the stairs. Oh, I hate that for you, brother. Hopefully those knees are catching up with you and you'll be able to run a 5K here soon. But no, usually I'll smoke a turkey. I had contemplated maybe on Tuesday. I don't know. I'm still contemplating it. Smoking a turkey on Tuesday and then just bringing it back up to temperature in the oven. I just don't want to do that because I don't want to smoke out somebody's house with trying to reheat a turkey in the oven that's been smoked. So I will probably do something like sides. Like I love bacon mac and cheese because I make real mac and cheese, not Kraft mac and cheese kind of sort of thing. And I love doing green beans because there's a right way to do green beans and then there's the not right way to do green beans. And God bless my wife's family. They kind of like eating cardboard sometimes. So I like to add in a little bit of salt and pepper when it comes to the cooking whenever I'm gonna do Thanksgiving down there. But we'll see. Again, I think we're gonna go down Tuesday night once my wife gets off of school, so that we can go ahead and beat the Wednesday day traffic. And then we want to try to get as much time as we can down there. Normally, when we travel down, we would do something like, go down on Wednesday, stay through Sunday. But now that I have to work on Fridays and Saturdays, I can't do that. So we're going to celebrate Thanksgiving and then try to leave at a normal, regular time on Wednesday so that I can get home safely, go to bed, wake up and go to work on Friday. And not have to worry about Black Friday. I didn't even think about the parking situation in my downtown, though. It should be fine. My downtown's not big, so I don't know if all of the if any of the boutiques or stores in downtown Greer are going to be open for Black Friday or not. What cheese is doing? I can't take that. That would be. I'm sure I got my ops lurking out there trying to figure out my recipe, and I will never divulge my my recipe. I can't tell you that. That's a secret sauce. Maybe I've said too much already. Cigar Pop says he's hoping to do so next year. I had both knees replaced 8 months apart, hence the struggle. That is tough. Having to get both old bendies taken care of at the same time. But I'm glad to see you up on your feet. And able to hang out with us. I know that you had that rehab for a little while, and we didn't know if you were going to be able to have you hanging around with us or not. But I'm glad we did. I'm glad we were able to have you hang out and, maybe not smoke, but enjoy the essence of the smoke. And I forgot to turn on my, I really can't tell on the camera. But yeah, no, I was trying to think of like what to talk about the show tonight. And then I realized Bob Scargo was going to be out here, and I was like, probably not going to be much of a show if I'm just going to run this thing by myself. But it's called Chief Talk, baby. It's Chief Talk. It's not, Chief having to rely on Bob to talk. And usually I feel like the past couple of weeks, it's just been me talking and him listening the whole entire time. So I was thinking earlier about like, tobacco and culture and whatnot. I wonder if, we've always been taught, or the imagery, right, is Native Americans and Puritan settlers coming to America, and that was the first experience between the two, was the cornucopia on the table, and everybody gave thanks. We were giving them smallpox and measles and taking all their land, but they were so happy to tell it, to just throw out a spread for us, right? The traditional Mary Poppins style-esque Thanksgiving, but without going into figure conquer whatever. If it was that way, right? And everybody just came across this really big table in the middle of the forest and like, oh, let's have a meal and give thanks. Would you think that in that point in time there would have been tobacco that was shared as well? And in my little fairy tale, I would like to think so. I would like to think that in this little fairy tale world of, enemies coming together to dine over a table for, to give thanks for one another, that there would have been tobacco shared. Maybe not in the form of cigars, per se. But if you had to have a spread of cigars for your Thanksgiving table, what are you going with? Are you've got your family that's coming over, you have your friends that are going to come over. What kind of cigar spread are you putting out there? Are you going to do it to where you have like, you require everybody to bring cigars too, and then you just kind of pick and choose between what's there? If you do that, are you of the mindset to like, hey, do you like, you can't smoke what you brought, you can only smoke what somebody else brought? That'd be kind of fun. Do you make like a price limit, like, oh, you can only bring cigars that are at least, or in between $5 and $15, right? A few years ago you could say, under $10 cigars, but nowadays trying to find good cigars under $10 is few and far between anymore, with tariffs and price hikes and whatnot. I think if I was going to do that, if I had my house, right, and I had my table, and instead of having turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy and not cranberry sauce, Jay Bates, I think I would have I do like a charcuterie board of cigars. I'd probably mix in some flavored stuff, some infused stuff, some lighter cigars, some heavier stuff, to make sure that, because not everybody wants to come and get a scoop of mashed potatoes and gravy with their turkey. Sometimes they just want green beans, or maybe they want a little bit of the stuffing over there. What would be on your Thanksgiving table of cigar cornucopia? Excuse me. Mike Zakovic says this is the first year being gluten-free for Thanksgiving, so it'll be rough. No rolls, stuffing. Right. Oh, why would you do that to yourself? Cigar Pop says, I'm glad it didn't affect my cigar time or Chief, Bob the Cigar Guy, and First Lady time. Glad that as well. Bob Ellis says there are written records that they passed a pipe at the first Thanksgiving. Ooh. Cigar Pop's going with Kentucky Fire Cured, Underground Maduro, and a Dominicana. Ooh, sticking with the Drew Estate love. Fireborn says the Adobe, the Brick House, and a Knuckle Buster. Bob Ellis, no, we don't. A cranberry infused cigar is just the equivalent of a Rocky Patel. Same Flow says, I'll put out a spread for a little of everything, sweet, traditional, but treat it like a dinner where people bring their own beverage. They can bring what they want to enjoy the smoke. Oh, so you're gonna supply what you want to smoke, but they've got to supply what they want to smoke, or can they dig from you? Does the ever benevolent Sammy Flo also say, you know what, you can pull from my stash too? Michael Zakovic says, I brought cigars to the first Thanksgiving with my wife's family. Passed out cigars to the guys. They all smoked a quarter and then smashed them out. I was not happy. Ooh, cow, that would suck. Baby Poodle says, LaFleur Dominicana Airbender and a rare pink. Oh, nice. Which rare pink? The Queen of Hearts is my favorite. I have not smoked the Sophisticated Hooker yet. But I'm saving it. If I were to smoke on Thanksgiving, I'd probably smoke that Sophisticated Hooker just because I'm really waiting for a time to just have by myself to smoke it. It's a huge cigar. It's a huge rare pink. The itty bitty, the short story, or is there one called the itty bitty? There's not one called the itty bitty, is there? Tim Winters says, "My father Honduran blue." Oh, that my father blue baby. The EP Honduran and Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust Stillwell Star Numero Uno. I would have the Undercrown tin, blackened M81 and S84, maybe some knuckle sandwiches. They can pick from my spread, but I know they are picky people and may say I only smoke this, that, so those people can bring your own cigar. Babala says, smoked a rare pink the other day to celebrate my wife finishing radiation. Not sure which one it was. What did it look like? Was it a small Perfecto? A little bigger Perfecto? Was it the egg? Was it the big old one? The sophisticated hook? Yeah, the Sophisticated Hooker are pretty rare. We got a box of them, and what we did with them at the lounge was we made a 5-pack sampler, where the only way that you could get it was if you bought the 5-pack sampler to get one out of the pack. Not a bad deal. I mean, you got a smattering of the rare pinks, but we do sell all of the other rare pinks in individuals or 5-packs if we still have the 5-packs. I bought the rare pink sampler, and then I also bought a 5-pack of the Queen of Hearts, and I have smoked or given away most of them. About the Robusto size, so it could have been the short story. Crown and Cinder, I have a few Tabernacle and some Aroma de Cuba Nobles for Thanksgiving. Nice. I think who was it earlier? Was it Matt Berger? Or who was it who said Cigar Pop with the Kentucky Fire Cured? That's actually not a bad shout for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think it probably was a short story. Which is good. I've smoked one. I bought a single and it was good. I like the short stories by Tola a lot, actually. That was the first Fuentes I ever smoked, were some of the Hemingway short stories. We are supposed to be getting in some of the between the lines short stories, and I'm so excited about that because that is a beautiful cigar. Anyways, let's get off of that. I think Kentucky Fire Cured is not a bad shout for a Thanksgiving cigar. Like if you're gonna do like a Thanksgiving cornucopia of tobacco on your table or whatnot. I think I'd do the sweet version just because that's kind of like apple pie or cherry pie or something like that. I definitely probably have a couple other non-traditional cigars, but they would probably be a little bit more tame in the sense of like the holiday. We just got in the 2025, so I need to taste the 2025. I love the 2022. The 2022 Stillwell holiday blend. I'd probably have one of those, maybe an aromatic. I probably have the Dominicana just because it's a traditional smelling cigar. Because I don't want to have something at the Thanksgiving cigar table that like overpowers the whole entire table. So acids are out. Deadwood are most of the way out. I choose to leave in the aromatics from the Stillwell line just because those are pleasant aromas. Not that Deadwood's not pleasant or the acid's not pleasant. Those are just a little funkier, right? Pappy would be a really good stick. That's actually not a bad shout either because that's still Kentucky Fire Cured as well. So yeah, I think KFC Sweet, a couple Stillwell, the Pappy Family Reserve. I'm probably going to put in there the Don Carlos 90 Años. Nice cigar. Really enjoyed that. And then probably the coup de grace would be the I do the My Father Blue as well. And then the coup de grace would be the Foundation 10-year anniversario that they just released this year. That's such a good cigar. I kind of feel bad for Steve Saka. For so long, the Red Meat Lover Fratanga has been my favorite cigar of the year. And just like last year, Nick Melillo is going to come in the 9th hour and sweep the number 1 position again. It just tells you like how good a blender Nick Melillo is for my palate. Let's see. J-Bait says, I might smoke on Thanksgiving to be determined. Working that day and only a high of 35. Ooh. Very important to smoke something good after a wonderful meal. Could see that. J-Bait says I'd probably do a Savage Feast, Arturo Fuente, 77 Shark, and a KFC Sweet. Yeah, the My Father Blue is really good. I really enjoy that cigar. Just smoked another blue today. They're so good. The Beef Stick Red Meat Lovers. Red Meat Lovers isn't a bad shout either. I think I'd probably put Fratanga. Yeah, I'd put Fratanga in there. So I'd take Fratanga. I put Fratanga in, and I'll take the Stillwell Holiday blend out. I'll leave the aromatic in, but I'll take the Holiday out and put the Fratanga back in for its place. I think I'll put a Cajachina in there too, because that's, Cajachina's roasted pig. That kind of fits. Yeah, that's my smorgasbord of cigars. Cajachina, Kentucky Fire Cure Sweet, Pappy Van Winkle, Family Reserve, the Dumbarton Tobacco in Trust, Red Meat Lovers Fratanga, the Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust Stillwell Star Aromatic number 1, a Don Carlos 90 Años Arturo Fuente, and then the Nicaragua Nick Melillo Foundation Cigar 10-year anniversario. Pretty darn good. It's good. You need to try it for sure. For the price and the flavor point, man, it's a great cigar. I think I might break out an EP Carrillo Selection Obscuro. Ooh. The La Promesa. Not a bad cigar. Yeah, because I'm going to try to go for more savory. I prefer Thanksgiving to be a little bit more savory than sweet, where for Christmas, I'm definitely indulging in the sweets more. Thanksgiving, I'm like, give me the turkey, give me the mashed potatoes and gravy, give me the dressing, give me the green beans. Like, that could be my plate. And I'd be happy with that. Well, I got to have some bread. Got to have some rolls. Can't do Thanksgiving without rolls. Gotta have it. This Boris is good. Actually, off of that puff, I got a hint of like butter popcorn. And I've heard that before, and I'd never tasted it until right then. Huh. Interesting. Like salty butter popcorn. It's just super, the draw is so light on this thing. But it's good. I enjoy it. I'm sending a picture of it to my friend who gave it to me. There it is again. Huh. Butter popcorn. Not a bad flavor profile on a cigar, I will say. What else? All right, so Thanksgiving, do you change up? So we've got the we've got our cigar smorgasbord, right, of our foods. What are we pairing for Thanksgiving? What are we pairing our cigars with? Are you going to go the traditional routes, or are you going to go a little more non-traditional? What are we chopping it up to? Most of my cigars are a little on the meatier side, a little more. Oh, also we put the red meat liver fritanga in my lineup. I think I said that. I'm going to go with a couple options. I'm going to go coffee, and you can choose how to do your coffee however you like. You know, sweeten it up, cream it up, black, whatever. I'm going to do coffee. I'm going to do sweet tea, like good Southern sweet tea, not weird other teas. And then I'm going to do a nice cold champagne. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not a champagne guy, but last month, for the first time ever in my life, I tried champagne twice. Back-to-back nights was after the foundation event. And it was after the Fuente event, and we were celebrating the night. We're having a really good time, and they broke out some bottles of champagne, and I got to experience champagne for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. Now, champagne's not something that I feel like I could drink for a while. I do think I got a headache from the champagne the first night, and I've heard that that's a thing. Champagne gives people headaches. I don't know why. I haven't looked it up yet. But the first night I did get a headache, and not like a drunk, like stupor. I barely drank a quarter of a cup of it or whatever. We had little plastic cups, and I drank just a smattering of it. But the second night, I was like, I'm going to see if this is what this is, And so I tried it again. I think it was a different champagne, but it was good. I enjoyed it. Like, I could definitely see this being something that I could get into. I like the airy, light flavors and bubbles. I was a big fan. All right. Well, that's in. There we go. So yeah. Also, before we get too much farther, I did pick out a Chiefs stick pick of the week this week. There were a lot of photos since the last week, but not a lot of photo posters. So this week is a recurring winner. Senor Gary Books posted this fun little picture of his deep cuts sampler. We just got these into the lounge yesterday. Super cool. But that's him posting with doing the tool time behind the fence. Wilson behind the fence. He kind of looks like Wilson a little bit. Put a fishing hat on top of his head. Kind of looks like Wilson. But congratulations this week, Gary Brooks. You've won this week's stick pick of the week, even though there's no stick in the pick. And it doesn't always have to be. It could be just you enjoying your time. Want to be considered for next week's, actually not next week, but 2 weeks from now, stick pick of the week. Post a picture of your cigar on Discord to be considered for next week's pick. And if you're wondering to yourself, Chief, what is this Discord you talk about? Second link in the description takes you to our Chief Talk Discord. And that brings you to the Chief Talk Discord, where you can post your cigars, you can post your smoking stuff, just having a fun time with your cigar boxes or whatnot. I just like this picture. I thought it was pretty funny. So that wins this week's stick pick of the week. Chief's still your picture of the week. Post a picture of your cigar on Discord to be considered for next week's pick. This has been stick pick of the week. All right, let's see. All right, so Bob Ellis says that he tastes the popcorn on the Pappy Van Winkle Safari style. Ugh, abomination. Bob Ellis would bring a nice bourbon to pair alongside of his cigars. Not a bad shout. Tim Winters says coffee, Dr. Pepper, and iced tea. Baby Poodle says he'd smoke a Definition 5 Años, a Diamond Crown, and Forbidden X. Bob Ellis says geese are migrating here. Feel like I'm listening to old school Chief on the balcony. I do not miss the geese. I do not miss the geese at all. What's going on, Chris? How you doing tonight, brother? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're smoking and drinking something good. Boy, the one of the biggest frustrations for me with a cigar that's super light is just having to feel like you have to constantly smoke it or constantly relight it because there's just too much air going through, and I feel like it just doesn't have enough like cigar tobacco touching itself that it keeps itself lit. And this cigar is on the cusp of being too light. It's not too light yet. Actually, as it smokes, it's kind of getting a little bit better, which is expected with cigars. Cigars tighten up as you smoke them. At least in my experience. But this is also on the cusp of also being really, really airy. Chris is chilling, always smoking. Just smoked West Tampa Silver. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. West Tampa. That's a brand that I don't think I've smoked a single West Tampa this year. I have the circle one that I got at PCA this year, and I really wanted the double crab. But I haven't gotten around to smoking either one of them, which is kind of crazy because West Tampa's been on my top 20 list for the past couple of years. Eric says drinking some Eagle Rare with Tabernacle Havana Seed 142. Ooh, man, I love the Havana Seed. That's that's heavy in the rotation of suggestions when people come in looking for a medium to full body cigar. If they want a cigar that's a little bit medium but not too full where they're going to feel sick, I say that the any of the Tabernacle Havana Seeds are a great option to go to. Olmec Maduro, same thing. Circle of Life is a good smoke. I mean, I've heard good stuff about it. I just haven't smoked mine yet. I have one. I actually went through all the cigars that I got from PCA and that I have not smoked yet to start smoking while I'm at work. And it was in there, so it's in the very near rotation of cigars that will be smoked. West Tampa Red, all-time favorite. The draw on my first My Father the Judge was like I was sucking smoke through a gutter downspout. That was the experience I had with Debonair cigars. That they were so loose. It was like, breathing through a 12-inch conduit. I mean, it's like no resistance. You couldn't keep the cigar lit to save your life. It was like, and I did like 3 or 4 different cigars from them. Cigar Pop is a big fan of all of the West Tampa cigars. The Circle of Life. It's a cigar that I've got that I plan on smoking here very soon. I just haven't smoked it yet. I also forgot I had it. There's a few cigars that I got at PCA that I was like, oh, I forgot I had these things. I was not a fan of Debonair. It's been years since I smoked a Debonair. I don't think Drew Estate still rolls them, but I know Drew Estate rolled them for a while. And I was not a fan, and I never went back to them. Dan Burns says, smoking my last pappy and drinking 3 fingers of Wild Turkey 101. Woo! Dan Burns is partying early. If I came into your shop looking for a stick similar to Havana 142, what would you suggest? Olmec Maduro. I'm trying to run through H99. Corona, well, probably Toro or higher. Running through, I'm looking at the Red Meat Lovers for Tonga, Mikarita, Tricky Traka, Saka or Papa Saka, Aletto from Black Label. Johnny Tobacco Not 10 if we still had them. I'm like literally looking at the humidor on my head right now. Safekeepings from Alec Bradley. Gatekeeper from Alec Bradley if we had him. That's probably it that I can think of at the moment. The Circle of Life is enjoyable because the sweetness sneaks in on the finish. Ooh. For the money, I don't think there's a better bourbon than Wild Turkey 101. Oh. I know I missed out on the Chief Lighter. Do you have any more available for sale? Please let me know. I would love to purchase one. We do have more for sale. Hit me up at chief@chevettareport.com. Where's that? Right there. Chief@chevettareport.com. Lighter, $25. This lighter right here. Hit me up there. I'll send you a PayPal, and you fill it out, and I'll get it to you. Photographic memory at work. I really was. I was literally standing in the middle of the humidor, just looking at it as I was going around the brands. It is kind of funny though, like my boss from time to time when we're running promos will change up where brands are in the humidor and it'll be like, oh yeah, you need some help in there? Oh no, just tell me where this is. Like, oh, it's over there. And they're like, wait, it wasn't over there. And I go back, like, oh, he changed it on me. Michael Zakovic says, Chief, do we have a preview of the Christmas ornament? PTCG promised. Paulo says, I'm usually a fan of Quadjet, but I love my Chief lighter. Let's see if Chief has a preview of the Christmas ornament. Uh-oh. That was not anything important, I promise. It was a stack of pens. All right. You sure you want to see this? Are you sure you want to see the ornament of 2025? Do you want to see the 2025 ornament? Because I do have something in my hands. Bob did ask me if I would show this, and I had completely forgot it, so I'm glad you mentioned it. All right, so here is this is actually the first time I've looked at it. Was just right now. Hopefully you guys like it. Here is the ornament for 2025. Oh God, it's so. Now this is not the size that you'll get when you order one. This is just the exaggerated large ornament that we have that we get from Lasers R Us every year. Having to back up way far away from my camera because I've got it zoomed in. So here is the ornament. It's a Christmas tree. And as you can see, it's got Chief, the First Lady, Bob the Cigar Guy, and Merry Christmas on there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cigars on there. Now, ours has a nice little message on the back. I don't think you guys are going to get that on yours. But yeah, there's the ornament for this year. We have decided to negate your not negate. We've added in the shipping cost into the price of the ornament. We're doing $15 for the ornaments, and I believe the option to buy is live now. So if you want to buy an ornament, $15, hit me up at chief@chevettareport.com and say ornament if you want the ornament for was it Chris earlier who was asking about the lighter? Let's see. Yes. Let me know that you want the lighter. But if you want the ornament, chief@chevettareport.com. Tell me you want the ornament, and I'll do like I did with all of the Year of the Chief stuff. And I'll send you a PayPal link sometime this weekend, hopefully. And then that'll give me all your information. It'll get the payment, and then we can get the ornaments mailed off to you all soon, so you can have them on your tree for Christmas time. I'll do my cigar. Oh, there it is. Pablo says he's gonna need a bigger tree. Cigar smoking arborist also said the same. Cigar Pop said, my wife will not let me put something that big on the tree. No, that's just the big version. The you guys version is this one. This big. So there you go. This is the ornament that you guys will get, and gals, if it's a gal who orders. So this is the size of my palm, right? So about normal size, a little taller, a little less wide, but it's shaped like a Christmas tree. And the star on the tree is where we're gonna hang the little tassel from. So I'm supposed to sign these, but I don't know how many these signed tonight or not. I might try to sign like 20 of them just in case we still have any between now and then. But I'm not sure how many I get. I got to do some work after the show tonight. But that's the ornament. So, let's see. Can you show the lighter again? Yeah, sure. Here, well, that's upside down. So there's the lighter. This sticker comes off. That's the 2025 Year of the Chief logo on the back, and on the front, that is the logo. It's got a big ol'. Let me take this. So the top is a cigar rest. All right, pull it back. Quad jet. Quad jet on the cigar lighter. Big old fuel tank. That's the lighter. We need a tree topper that has Bob Cigar smoking a cigar with real smoke. Woo, that's a little more than $15. Are they they will be numbered. Do we still have the lighters that resemble pistols? The Palio pistols? These ones? Got them in black and green. Hit me up, chief@chevettareport.com. And I will get the hold on, banners. Right there. So that's the email. Those are not the prices for the Palio Pistola. That is just that for the email, the chief@chevettareport.com. That's how you spell it right there. If you want to get in touch for any of those. And if you email chief@chevettareport.com, please let me know what it is that you're wanting so that I know what to attribute as a ornament. Can I get 55? 55. I will run that by Bubba the Cigar Guy. Who else sent me an email? Matt Braga. Which lighter, Matt? But the did you put in the byline which come over here? I'm sure it's the 2025 you're the chief one. I assume. All right, so I will star these so I don't lose them. All right. That's Chief Etchevet. I'll leave that up for a little bit. The 2025. Gotcha. So yeah, hit me up. chief@chevettareport.com. And all of the shipping is so what was it? We add $5 for shipping. So the ornaments are going to be 15 straight. The 2025 lighter gets an additional $5 on for shipping. And then like the old school lighter, I think it's an additional $5 for shipping as well, just to make sure that we've covered the cost of everything, making sure it gets there safely. Yeah, hit up chief@chevettareport.com if you want any of those things. And if you are emailing me, please do let me know. Matt Berger, I know which one you want when it comes to the lighter, so we will get that worked up for you. But anybody going forward. All right. Cigar Smoke says, have both of the others already. Stay in my truck, so I always have a lighter. Heck yeah. All right. So we're going to end the show here. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Unfortunately, I'm ending the show now because we're kind of like at a really good moment to kind of get along with the show. Chris, I got you, brother. Thank you for the email. End at a high moment before it gets to where we're like, what are we talking about? Also, I've got to get some stuff done this evening before I go home that I can only get done here at the studio. So I love you all. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I know it was kind of a bummer not having Bob the Cigar Guy here. Also, thank you to Drew Estate Cigar and Natural Cigar, making sure that Chief Talk is available to be on the airwaves. Bob Ellis, I got you. Thank you for the email. Thank you for hanging out with me. I know it's just me, kind of rough to sit here with just me. But we do thank our sponsors, making sure that Chief Talk is available for all of you to hang out with us. Next week is Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you all have a great week next week. Hopefully, Thanksgiving is a time where you are able to sit down and relax and you don't have too much going on. But if Thanksgiving is one of those times where it does get hard for you, feel free to reach out. Always happy to chat back and forth when I have the time, and I'll be driving back Thursday night. So if I don't answer anything at Thursday evening, it's because I'm driving on the interstate with my family in the vehicle. Or maybe if I answer back, it's just my wife texting back for me. So hopefully you all have a great week next week. Hopefully you're able to sit down and relax, maybe be with friends, be with family, and enjoy the time and the company. Hopefully get to smoke some good cigars, drink some good drinks, eat some good food, and maybe find some good deals on Black Friday. We will not have a show next week. Just reiterating, I know we've talked about it for the last few weeks. We will not have a show next week because Thursday is Thanksgiving. But we will be back for 3 weeks in a row to end out the year in December. So thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate all the input. I appreciate you all hanging out with us. Eric, it is chief at chevettareport.com right there. Chief at chevettareport.com. Let's see. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for all the love, Fireborns. So stay safe, everybody. Have a great rest of the night and weekend. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, everybody. Have a great night. It was a great night. I enjoyed it like always. Hopefully I'll post my deer on the Discord tomorrow. I hope so too. Happy Thanksgiving and Smokesgiving, my brothers and sisters of the leaf. All right, you guys have fun. Don't do anything stupid, and if you do, just be safe. See ya.
Have you checked out ChevettarReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevettarReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevettarReport.com.
Time to relax. Whew. Man, I'm beat. Whew. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Show's over. Go home. Go home. Show's over. What are you waiting for? You waiting for another show? This is a one-ticket entry. Go. Bye. Go. Go. Go.